Hey, good people, what it do? What's going on, y'all? Hey, I know, I know you ain't even gotta say it. It's been a whole lot of minutes since I've tapped on, but as you can see, I am doing amazingly blessed. I am so blessed, way too blessed to be stressed. Um, I wanted to do a tap in and a update. You know, let's do a check in and let's let me catch y'all up to speed on how I'm doing and what's going on and you know why I've been MIA for so long, y'all. God is so good and He is so amazing and He is so worthy to be praised. I don't have anything I'm tapping on with a praise report. You know, just being thankful and grateful. And this is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it, and be glad in it. Where do I begin? I think I should probably just start you guys off from, I think it was probably about 2000, it was 2023. It was 2023 is when I moved out of my apartment. And I wasn't ready. I had been making videos. I've been out in the field since then. So today is March 4th, 2024. And this is, this has just, last month made a whole year that I have been out in the field and just kind of giving you guys a brief update as to how it's been going, how I've been progressing, what I've learned out here in the field, and if I could shed some light, or if I could, I'm just let me start here. I'm just diarying. I don't think that came out right. I'm journaling via vlogging, video YouTubing, tracking progress, if you will. I'm not quite sure. I just named all of those titles and labels, and I'm not quite sure how to title what I'm going through, other than it is a spiritual journey that I'm on. I'm on this spiritual journey, and I gave up a lot, and I'm okay with that. I'm 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 okay with it. I am not mad at anything. I did not understand a lot of the process when I first started out, but I knew that I was built for it. I was the right person for the assignment. I was she. She was I. I am her. I was equipped for this. I know that God wouldn't put more on me than I could handle, so I knew that I was just right for the assignment. Now, how it was playing out and all of the trials, the tribulations, and the warfare that I experienced out here in the field, it is it has been lessons that I wouldn't have gotten from another YouTuber, another vlog, another testimony, another book that I could read. This type of experience could only be, I could have only gotten this portion of the assignment or the testimony or the journey just by being out here. And that's just the bottom line. I couldn't have learned these lessons otherwise. If I wasn't tested, I wouldn't have this testimony. And so along this journey, I can't say that I would change anything, even though I can't anyway. But the lessons are the lessons, and they are only going to result in, blessings to come, I believe. And I stated yesterday that the Lord only gives like his toughest assignments, his hardest assignments to his toughest warriors, and that's just the bottom line, y'all. It really is. It's just the bottom line. And so let me start by saying this. I'm here in the field. I'm on my spiritual journey. I'm um I'm not out of it yet. I'm still deep in it. I'm out in the trenches for real. And it's not a complaint. It's just where I am. And I wanted to tap in to let y'all know that if you are if you are a chosen one, if you are chosen by God, if you are walking your purpose, if you are being obedient to the calling, and you have left everything behind for the kingdom's sake, and you out here on this journey, I know that it is a lot of us out here. I just wanted to tap in to let y'all know that, like, you're accepted by the Lord, you're loved by the Lord. You can talk to Him. It's no set time that He won't listen. He is there for you. He is got you. You're accepted by Him. You're loved by Him. You are just everything that He wants you to be. You are that. And everything that He purposed you to be, you're going to fulfill that. All of, Jeremiah 29 and 11, we know that scripture very well because it's a popular scripture. And so we take that and we encourage ourselves when we get in tough spots, because it's like he knows the plans that He has for you. I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to give you, to prosper, give you a hope and a future. So we have to take that on our toughest days, that we're loved, that we're accepted, and that we have full access to the Father whenever we feel alone, when we feel rejected, when we feel abandoned, when we feel like nobody understands us. God does. And I had to encourage myself, and I had to continue to encourage myself, because it gets lonely out here, y'all. I'm not going to even hold you. It gets lonely out here. You don't really have a lot of people except for, the people that you are tapping in with online. Outside of that, you really don't have people that really can relate to what you're going through just in your day-to-day life, because most people look at you like you weird and strange, like it's something seriously wrong with you, when you have been spiritually awakened, when you are following God's lead, when you have picked up your cross, when you have picked a side, when the Lord is your lifestyle. The Lord is your salvation. The Lord is, this is a lifestyle. This isn't like something that we're choosing to do just temporarily, even though, it gets rough. It gets hard. It's definitely that, but be encouraged. Be encouraged. You're gonna attract so many toxic and broken people. I think that we know this by now, if we're chosen. But those that aren't, walk in their purpose and accept their assignment, and if you are chosen, the road isn't going to be easy. If people are telling you that, they lying. I'm just gonna be real with you. Don't believe that it's going to. Oh yeah, once you accept the Lord, your life just gets easier. And there are pockets where we blessed. We are we are covered. We're protected. However, listen, it is not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. When people say that, you know, it gets lonely at the top, or when you're trying to make that transition from one level to another, it gets lonely, it gets dark, it gets scary, it gets difficult. A lot of people that you thought would have been there for you turn their back on you, abandon you, because they don't really understand. They don't know how to support you, and I don't think that is really because they don't love you. They just don't understand, and sometimes they are under the enemy's demonic possession. And the enemy sees that you have left him behind, that you are not choosing to walk and be puppeted by him or controlled by him, and you have broken out of that noose, that what is that bondage, that yoke of bondage, the trap. You were snared by it. We were snared by it. And we broken loose out of it, and we accepted, the free, we accepted the free will of the Father that the Father offers us, because his only begotten Son, Jesus, died for our sins. So we don't even have to be convicted, or we don't have to die like Jesus died or laid down his life. Let me say that. We don't have to ever do that again, because he laid his life down for our sins, the sins that he knew that we would commit, because we're mortal, we're human beings, we're not perfect beings, and God knew this when he created us. And he died, he sent his only begotten Son to die for our sins. And I thank him for that. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. And I get to rest with him in eternity, like, because I've chosen him and he chose me. Um, it's beautiful over here on this side, but it's not a walk in the park. It's not easy. Please understand that it's not easy, and I'm not here to I'm not here to say that it's not doable, but just to let you know, and just to be completely transparent and honest, about the process, that you know. You gonna get through this. We gonna get through this. We gonna make it out on the other side, because that's what God has plans for us. That's what he had planned for us from the beginning of time. He just needed us to learn some lessons and grow, and let go of a lot of things that still plagued us, that we were holding on to, that we were unhealed from, traumas and family dynamics, and, just toxic environments, workplaces, churches, church hurt, family hurt, abuse, whatever we had suffered. He's healing us from that, and we're just going along with we're on the ride. We're here for it. We taking a ride. And I just wanted to say this, y'all. In 2018, that's when, my warfare really started to, my warfare that I was going through, my spiritual warfare, because I have been a Christian. I've been a believer. I kept teeter-tottering and, playing the Christian role. Didn't really mean to be playing, but was really, straddling the fence, I think, if you will. And when you straddle the fence, you ain't all the way in. You ain't 10 toes down. But I said that to say this. In 2018 is when it intensified, when it turned up, and then 2019 it was all the way up, and then 2020 is when we all had gotten shut down, and it wasn't like it was really that big of a deal, because mine had started in 2018, that I started isolating myself, and I started, just really seeking the Lord. So when the shutdown happened, it was like, oh, okay, well, I've been here for a minute anyway, so it wasn't really a big deal for me. So I started locking in and plugging into the Lord, and I really started developing a stronger and a deeper connection and an alliance on the Lord, because I had basically was just around people, but I really wasn't connected to any of the people that I was around. No one, not even my family. And so it was just God and I out here on this path and on this journey, which was cool, because I was here for it. Because I was like, okay, well, God, however you want me to move, wherever you want me to go, however you want me to do it, is yes and amen. And that's on period. And so that's where the journey comes in. That's where it started at. And so, if y'all checked in, if y'all watched my other videos, I had made a video where I said that, when I got out here in the field, this is where we are now. I'm out in the field. Like, I first moved away from First, I moved away from my job, my home. I moved out of my home in my town, and I moved out, and then I moved about 8 hours away, still in the same state, but 8 hours away. Moved from the north to the south, and then stayed there for a whole year. Still moving the needle, but not quite, it wasn't quite what I expected it to be, because I had already had a job lined up in the field that I had worked in, and it fell through. And I was really disappointed about it, because I didn't have a plan B. That was like, okay, well, I'm going to get back to work, and that was the plan. However, it didn't work out like my plan. But God already knew. He was ordering my steps, so it was a good thing that it didn't work out. And so after a year, after my lease was up, I knew that it was time for me to leave that area, because I don't know that I really just wanted to be there. I just knew that I wanted to be away from my familiar, what was normal or regular, or what was, my life, if you will. I knew that I had to move away from it. So I did that, and I skipped states. And I initially thought that I was supposed to be in one state, so I got a Airbnb there, and that went horrible. I'll make a video about the Airbnb on another time, but just kind of briefly giving you all, a rundown, if you will. Then, after I left the Airbnb after a day, went to a hotel, And then I knew that that wasn't the state for me. And so after I was there for about a week, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I just jumped on the freeway and I was out of there. And so I came to this state that I am at now and stayed in a hotel for about 3 weeks and then got me an apartment. And I rushed it because I shouldn't have, but I did because I was just like, why am I paying all this money to stay in this hotel when I could just get me an apartment? But I needed lessons out here in the field. I didn't need to rush into that apartment. However, I did. I stayed in my apartment for about 7 to 8 months and was out of there. And I'll explain that also, why I moved out of my apartment. I don't know that I have enough time to really go into full details on this video, or even if I want to, but the spiritual warfare, all of the things that we experience as chosen ones was taking place over there, what was going down. And I was like, this seems too much. I'm out of here. So I broke the lease. I did the dip. I got me a pod and I did the dip. And been out here in the field ever since. And like I stated in the earlier part of the video, I wouldn't have learned, I wouldn't have grown to the extent that I have grown had I not been out here in the field. Hands-on experience. That's the only thing that I could really say. Hands-on. There's no way that I could have gained this much at the pace, that I am at now, that we've traveled now. And, that's, I don't really know what else to say other than I'm grateful and thankful that, it was hard, y'all. But then when you don't have all of the information, when you don't have like all of the experience to deal with spiritual warfare, but you're learning, you're like on the job learning, you make the mistakes that you need to make, I think. Or you don't do it all the way correctly, should I say. You don't do it right. And so it ain't really all the way right. You ain't doing it right. You just you moving according to the information that you have, and the information that you have needed to be updated so that you could fight better, so that you could war differently. And so with that being said, y'all, it's a lot though, but I'm not complaining. I dare not do that. I dare not. So yeah, y'all. If I had to say anything about the whole lesson, if I had to say something about what was my biggest win out here was my faith in God went through the roof. I traded that fear that I was walking with for a heavier dose of faith. And that's what I could say that I walked away with. The belief in God, the trust in Him, Lean not to my own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Putting that faith with, what is it? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I had to put my faith to action. I had to put it in action, and I had to walk this thing out. And it's like, why you going to pray and you still worried? Why you gonna worry if you gonna pray? It's an oxymoron. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense if you gonna do one or the other, but you can't do both at the same time. It's just like a double-minded man, is unstable in all his ways. The Bible teaches us that. We don't want to be double-minded. That's not equal in faith, being double-minded. How are you going to serve two masters? It's impossible. You can't serve, God and mammon, or, the devil and God. You can't do it. It's impossible. We can't do it. And so with that being said, y'all, just to take away from, my 1 year, being out here in the field, my reliance on God, trusting that he got me no matter what, no matter how difficult it gets, that I can always tap in with him, that he loves and accepts me, that he protects me, that he provides for me, that he is my everything, even when it doesn't look like he's working. He may be quiet at times, and I'm like, okay, Lord, you still, what's that? You still got me, because right now, oh yeah, this heat done got heavy. And then the devil, he know that something is brewing, because he can always tell something is brewing. So then that's when he turns up, and so that's when he gets all hands on deck with the haters and the enemies, and the minions and all his workers. All of the workers of iniquity, just be popping out. And they be warring up on you, and they be ganging up on you, and it be serious, because they do not be playing, and it just be everywhere you go. It's the same thing. It's the same spirits popping out, and it's like, I'm finna learn how to fight. I'm finna learn how to use my weapons, because God ain't give us the spirit of fear. You know what I'm saying? He giving us, love, power, and a sound mind. He's giving us, God is not giving us, no poodle. He's giving us weapons. We gotta be fully armored up out here. We have to, from the top of our head to the soles of our feet, and everywhere in between, we got to be girded up in our clothes right out here. The devil not playing with us. He ready to, he ready to get us back on his team. He wants to take everybody to the depths of hell with him. He don't want nobody to be saved and live in a peaceful, holy life, and bringing other people up and encouraging, and just based off of our lifestyle, people are looking at us and being inspired and encouraged, and knowing that if we do it and we're living this life, each one teach one. God ain't brought us out, and he's going to leave us or abandon us. He left us out, and he's left us, he's left us ways to fight so that we don't get demolished and we don't get ate up and we don't feel like we're alone. Because at portions of this journey, we gonna have to walk alone because God needs us to have our whole full trust and reliance and dependent. We have to be, fully dependent on Him. He don't want us to be dependent on no work, no other people. He wants to get all the glory out of our story. He wants all praise and honor to go to Him, which is due Him. Because He ultimately make it happen. It ain't no amount of wickedness. It ain't no amount of spiritual warfare that God can't get us out of, and that He not gonna cover us and keep us through it all. We gonna be cool through it all. He just need us to know that. And once we know that, then that He's fighting up for us, that He's fighting, our battles. We just gotta turn it over to Him. We have to release it, to Him. We have to let Him know that we're not out here trying to fight this war on our own or trying to fight battles on our own, because it's a spiritual thing. It ain't even it ain't even really, necessarily a physical thing as much as it is a spiritual thing. Yeah. Workers of iniquity be coming against us, and we can physically see them. However, it's a spiritual agenda hidden behind that. We got to look beyond that and put our spiritual eyes on, which, discernment kicks in. And so we know who we really fighting. Them people that's really standing in front of us, the suits, they not really, the corporates in real life. They being used. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil, he always need a suit to use, a vessel to use. And we was once usable too. We was out working too. I know I was. Probably, y'all might be perfect or whatever. Y'all wasn't working, but I know I was. Unbeknownst to me, I was running it. It was in my bloodline. So I just knew this. I knew this. I knew that, I knew that as soon as I really woke up to it, I just started moving better. Once we blindsided, or once we, don't really have full knowledge as to why we move in the way that we moving, what's behind our movement. Once we take that time to really evaluate us, get to know us, know why we move in a certain way, know what's behind it. It takes a lot of that guesswork out. So once we start looking at us, because it's like we can look at everybody else and we can point fingers and we can blame other people, but it's until we take heed to who we are and take heed to why we're moving the way that we move, because we are only in control of ourselves. We're not in control of nobody else. We can't control what people do to us, what people say to us, but what we can do is we can control the way that we respond to how we being treated. That's what we in control of, and we don't have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to. It's not our job to be able. It's not our job. Let God do His job. And that's why our prayer life is so important, y'all. Think about it. Why did God say pray about everything, all things? Because He hears us, because He listens, and once we pray, that's His tag in. We like, okay, God, I'm finna pray about this. I'm finna release this and get this to You. And then that's when He can stand up and He could go to war for us. It's like, oh, my baby really trusts me. Oh, my daughter, oh, my children, my son. You know, my people trust me. That's where your faith kick in at. Like, oh, I know that if I take it to my father, he gonna handle that. You know, we don't know when he's going to handle it, but just trust and believe that once we release it to him, oh, yeah, he got it. And we have faith that he gonna take care of it. Don't just pray and be like, oh God, I hope that you do this right here. No, have faith that he will do that right there. And he gonna handle it. And it's gonna be handled. So when God whoop you, it ain't no whooping like when God whoop you, because trust and believe. When you out here walking this walk with him, you don't have nothing to fear. You don't have nothing to fear. The woman that thought that her and her son was just gonna eat, and she cooked that last meal for Elijah. He said, fix me something. She was like, all I got is some oil and some flour. He said, well, fix what you got. Fix me that. And her oil that she thought was just a little bit, it never ran dry. She was able to sustain. She was able to take care of her household. Her and her son didn't perish. They didn't die. They was taken care of. Because she took care of the man of God. She was obedient. And God want to see if he say, do this right here, if we going to be obedient, no matter how, it look to the natural eye. If we willing to look crazy out here for God, I'm in the field, y'all. Like, you got to catch that with your good ear. Do you think I really want to be going from hotel to hotel? Do you think that I really don't know, what I'm going to walk into when I do get to this hotel? You know what devil and demons is going to be waiting out there, what type of assaults they going to be setting up. But God, he know. He leading and guiding me and directing me, and he's just asking me to trust him, because it's just lessons out here that he need me to learn. I don't know all of the ins and the outs. I don't know the next. I don't know. I just don't know. But I don't think that that's my job to know. I just know that if I put my trust in the Lord, that he gonna take care of me, and he ain't gonna let nothing happen to me. So I'm just taking my hands off the wheel, and I'm just letting him be my guide. Be a shield, Lord, guide me and protect me through it all. And he has, and he's been sustaining me. He has been providing for me. He has been taking care of me. I'm not out here looking crazy. I'm not out here hungry. I'm not out here unprotected. I'm not out here just lost in the sauce. I'm not out here doing, I'm not down bad. Even though, I could be feeling sorry for myself, but why would I do that when I got a mighty God that's on my side, that's protecting me? Why? I'm good. I promise y'all I'm good. And y'all good too. Y'all good too. Y'all good. Whatever you going through, y'all good too, okay? Trust in the Lord. If you don't know the Lord, get to know him. He said, taste and see that I'm good. Taste and see that he's good, because he's better than good. I'm a living witness. You ain't got to take my word. You can see it for yourself. Because he ain't just good to me. He good to everybody that accepts him. He good to all of us. It rains on the just and the unjust. We all get to see the sun shine. We all get to experience this rain, all of us at the same time. Ain't nobody exempt. And so he's a big enough God that he doesn't discriminate. He ain't loving one more than the other, or anything like that. We all get loved on by him. You know what I'm saying? We just be at different paces and different places. You know what I'm saying? We running a race at different paces. Some moving faster and some moving slower. It don't mean that God loving us different, because he loves us all the same. So understand that it don't matter what you've done. It don't matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you turn it over to him, listen, it's not going to be no overnight process. it's gonna take some time. But if I tell you the truth, man, listen, I'm not no capper. I ain't finna lie to you. I'm not. That's not what I'm on this video doing, is lying or capping. If you really want the Lord for real, and not for play, accept Him. This gonna be a decision that you will never regret in your entire life. You can't do it by yourself. It's impossible to walk this life by yourself without God. We need Him. We either doing it God way or we doing it the devil way. And we ain't just, oh yeah, I'm a good person. That ain't good enough. You got to do it God way or no way, or you work for the devil and you demonic. And that's just the bottom line. You evil and wicked, and you gonna do everything, and you gonna look like the devil, smell like him, act like him, and you gonna go to the depths of hell with him. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. That's where you going. You going to the pit of hell. You want to rest. You want the blessed life. You want to be blessed and not stressed. Get with God. Yeah, you might have to go through some hard stuff, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So with that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. That was the update, y'all. This is Miss Mia. Thank y'all for taking the time out to listen. Thank you for just stopping by. I pray that this video gets posted, because I've been trying to upload videos for a couple since the beginning of the year. Well, maybe since Christmas, December. I think it was December, but I posted it. But let me see. It was December because I went to church on Christmas, and I posted that video. I posted that video of me at church, and in a couple other videos, and I don't see them on the playlist, so I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to post it. I don't know. So I'll see about posting this one. Prayerfully, this one will go up. Prayerfully, y'all will, start getting more videos from me, because I'm serious about, where I am in my headspace, and just try to, wrap my head around everything that I was experiencing, because it was a lot for me, y'all. And so I'm not no quitter. I'm not, tapping out on God. I'm not, gonna start something and then not finish it. I just had to get my bearings. I had to really understand the assignment, because y'all, this work, it comes with, assaults that, you have to be equipped for it. The assaults, because they be heavy. It be a lot. But then once you let the Lord groom you and raise you and heal you, and you sit up underneath his protection and his love, and you let him love you up, and you let him heal you up, and you let go, and you give it to God. And I'm still in the process of a lot of things. However, I'm nowhere near where I was when I initially started out, or started to make these videos, or even started out in the field. I'm nowhere near where I was. I have grown by leaps and bounds, and I'm still processing, and I'm still growing. And I'm going to just take you guys along this journey with me, so that you can be encouraged and inspired to run your race at your pace. You know, don't let nobody, you know, what somebody else is doing or their journey, you know, discourage you, or, you know, you trying to mimic them or copy them. It's your race and you got to run it at your pace. And that's just the bottom line. But you got it in you. You know what I'm saying, to do it. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's your race and you run it at your pace in the way that God leads and guides and directs you to do it. Just like He's doing me. I can't compare myself to nobody else. I'm in my lane doing my thing. There ain't no another me. Ain't nobody gonna do it like Miss Mia. Ain't nobody gonna do it like you. So just do it. Just do it like Nike say, just do it. And I'm saying that and they made no video in a minute. But yeah, just do it because we still out here. Trust and believe that. The devil ain't ran me nowhere. I'm still out here. I still been making videos. Just, you know, the ones that I have posted, I ain't post. I don't know why. What's up with that? I don't know. I'm not really technology savvy like that, but we gonna keep on trying until we get it right. All right, good people. That's the video, y'all. And I'm still trying to understand how to get a cool picture for the the capture of the video where it come on at. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know. I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how they do it. It's just I think that they come up with the picture that they want to post, and then that's how it posts.